Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are still interested in building our nest egg back up. We've got 6 days before our financial report and we say goodbye to 2 million more sea bills, and we've got 7.5 million right now. So we definitely want to get some money here. And what do we have available for that? 2.3 million? I mean, it's okay. It's a capture base against Merrick. Their opinion is getting kind of low. Do we have one with them as the hirer? No, we don't, is the answer. So let's look at other options here. 2.5 for an assassinate. That looks like an urban. Yeah, that's an urban. Okay, I prefer not urban because of LOS reasons, obviously. We'll see what other options there are. Word of Blake with an elite lance at 2.9 million with only 2 max salvage. This one seems interesting, but will probably be significantly more challenging than this capture base mission. And I think right now we're not actually interested in challenge. We want to build up our nest egg first, and then we can get some challenge. So I think for the moment, this would be the way to go. So no free priority salvage here. I think we probably want to sit around here, so that we get, this will almost pay for our month report, but it will not pay for the whole thing, especially after expenses are deducted. So that'll be fine. Let's get our crossbow in here and our rifleman. And of course, Weasel Cakes is our crossbow pilot, and I believe Gorgon is our rifleman pilot? Yes, that is correct. So we'll land this. This will be a relatively simple mission, which is what we're looking for. Darius thinks it'll be hard, so that means we're not going to have any problems at all. I'll see you guys after the loading screen. I mean, it's RogueTech. We might have problems. So here we are, all loaded up. That didn't take too long, so this really shouldn't be particularly complicated. In and out, making some... Oh, this is very dark. Okay, it is apparently dark. Good to know. Just kind of squinting here, trying to see the base. Sure. So we do have a Word of Blake Lance helping us. It's a full moon out there. The werewolves are clearly after us. Yes, thank you, Darius. It is very dark. I imagine this is going to be a little hard to see on YouTube, and I don't love that. So I don't exactly know where we're going to be landing here. I kind of want to deploy out over this way, though. I think this is a decent-ish spot to deploy, and I'm hoping that once we have LOS over here, it'll brighten up a little bit. Let's see what happens. We should have a good view of the research facility now. Yeah, we don't. We don't, Darius. Additional forces might be coming in, and they have turrets. Yep, okay. So that is fine for the moment. It is our ally turn right now. Okay. Now it is our turn, and it is, of course, going to be our centaur that moves. It's maybe a little brighter. Is there a brightness option? It looks really, really dark. Video bright, there is a gamma option here. We can just crank up this gamma. It normally sits about here or so, would be the Atlas skull being just visible on my monitor anyway. But I'm just going to crank it up to light for now. Things are going to be a little washed out, but hopefully we can actually see what's going on. So that'll be fine for the moment, and our centaur should push forward here. Man, this looks weird like this. Okay, so we see a sniper artillery emplacement, we see a heavy LBX emplacement, a standard UAC emplacement, and a heavy AC turret. Okay, so we're in spawn protection right now. So we can't fire for this first round.
Waiting on you,
and we're just going to move up our Bandersnatch to about here. We're just going to advance everybody up. We're going to get to move before any of these turrets, but there are going to be additional defenses spawning, so we don't want to actually capture the base until such a time as the turrets are eliminated. That's for sure. The Black Knight can position right up over here, and the Marauder out over here. That sniper artillery turret is going to be our top priority, so I'm not concerned too much right now about clustering our units together. Okay, spawn protection has been removed, so the sniper artillery turret is there. I'm going to take our centaur up to... I'm thinking about the fact that this is on the ground and we're going to be able to melee it, right? So I'm thinking that maybe we want to actually put our Centaur here. 7 evasive, in cover, and we have direct LOS on this heavy LBX emplacement. So we can fire on that and soften it up.
Roger.
There we go. We don't eliminate it, which was expected. We did not expect to actually destroy that there. So this hammer is going to come in and fire on this heavy AC turret. Okay, it gets a little bit of armor damage there. That's reasonably fine. Our Bandersnatch is going to want to step forward over this way. We don't actually get LOS on that sniper artillery turret. Hang on. We have LOS where we are. Okay. So we could definitely fire on this. I'm not going to fire these ER medium lasers for sure. I think we'll just not fire the medium lasers at all. Hit odds are surprisingly low here. No visuals. Okay, yeah. This is obstructed by some rocks there. But let's see what we get going there. Okay. That was not great, but it does soften it up a bit. So that's a trebuchet also firing on that heavy AC turret. I like it. Next up is going to be our rifleman. I want the rifleman to come up over here. We're going to sprint so that we don't break cover. And we're going to fire on this sniper artillery emplacement. We hit everything there. Excellent. So that looks good. Next up will be our crossbow. We can position here, and the crossbow also is not going to have great visuals here, but this could kill the sniper artillery emplacement here, and we would love it if it did. In fact, it did. Wonderful.
One less turret.
So that looks great. Next up is our grasshopper. The grasshopper is going to close in over here. We're going to fire on that heavy LBX emplacement.
Cry havoc.
That wasn't great shooting. For sure.
I'm here.
The Black Knight is going to close in. We're going to remain in cover. And we're going to fire on that heavy LBX. Internal damage there, but it's not destroyed.
Solid connection on that one.
Okay. Next up is going to be our Epimetheus, which is going to position here. And we'll continue to fire on that heavy LBX. I expect this to destroy it. Yeah, this will almost certainly destroy it. There we go. So now we've got the 2 turrets remaining, the UAC turret and the heavy AC turret. So for now, our Marauder can step forward to about here and fire on that UAC turret. Terrible shots. Absolutely abysmal. Did we manage to stray shot?
That did not hit.
No, we didn't. Okay, so there's the UAC turret firing on our Centaur. It only hit one of those. And the heavy AC turret doesn't have any LOS, so that looks good. We're not able to get into melee on that standard UAC, so I'm actually going to take our Centaur up over here. I'm a little concerned about our LRM ammo, so I'm going to, for the moment, not fire LRMs. We'll just fire our SRMs, and we'll fire our ER micro lasers. This may or may not destroy the heavy AC turret. Okay. We didn't break through the armor, so that's fine. I'm hoping to see these guys continue to hit that heavy AC turret, and they did. Excellent. Next up is our Bandersnatch, and the Bandersnatch is also hitting that heavy AC turret. Yes, it's indirect, and so our hit odds are not great, but we don't need them to be great to break through that armor. Cool.
Another hit like that and you're toast.
Indeed. So next up would be our crossbow, doing pretty much the exact same thing. We would love to see this heavy AC turret go away, and I expect it to here. Yeah, there we go. So now all we've got is the UAC turret.
Turret eliminated.
And we also have our friend the Trebuchet up on the hill firing some missiles at that standard UAC turret, so we soften it up a little bit. Sounds good. And the Rifleman is going to have to break cover here if we want to be able to fire on it. Do it.
Engaging weak target.
Terrible shot with one of those ERPPCs, but the other one hit nicely. So that looks good. The Black Knight will advance here. And 40% hit odds, not great. We missed both of those. That's sad. But it's okay. Our Grasshopper will continue to advance, and we'll fire on the standard UAC turret. There we go. That was a good hit. It's still alive, though, sadly. We do, however, still have our Marauder. So the Marauder will position up over here, and let's see what we can get done here. Got it. Fantastic. I also think we stray shot our grasshopper a little bit, but
Taking some
it's
heavy
fine.
damage.
Okay, so next up, our Epimetheus is just going to move up and sink it. So we're out of combat now. Cool. That all looks good for the moment. So our Marauder is going to sprint forward up over here, our Bandersnatch forward,
Got it.
our Grasshopper forward, because of course, as soon as we capture this
On the
base, we expect another lance to
Moving
spawn.
out.
So sinking heat here is going to be absolutely fine. Our Centaur actually can't get into the base this round anyway,
Aye, aye.
so we'll just make our way around here.
Heads up, Commander.
Ah, here they
Got
come.
hostile contacts inbound.
Okay. So, what do we got here? We'll send the Centaur out this direction and update our sensors.
Confirmed.
So that's an Avatar, a Quick Draw, and a Chameleon. So 2 heavies and 2 mediums. Or actually, no. A Quick Draw is a heavy. So 3 heavies and 2 and a medium. That's fine. We're not going to fire with the Centaur for now. They just spawned in. But I just wanted to get some eyes on them. So that'll be fine. Let's see what our hammer friend does, firing at this Avatar. I don't expect many hits here. Yeah, only the 1 hit. That's reasonably expected. So next up, they're going to be moving one of their units, and that is going to be the Chameleon. It fires a large laser at our Epimetheus Prime, which is okay. And next would be our crossbow. Now, the crossbow would like to go after that Chameleon. And we are just outside of ideal range here, or just outside of maximum range here. So that's definitely +4 and 6 from target moved, and 6 from no visuals. These are really low hit odds, and I'm not going to take them. We'll just step slightly forward, I guess. We should have sprinted forward, to be honest. So the Avatar will move up, firing on our Centaur, getting very little done there, as we would expect with 9 evasive. Cool. Probably their other Avatar moving here, if I had to guess. But it could be the Quick Draw as well. It is the Quick Draw. Okay. Firing at our Epimetheus. That's absolutely fine.
Damage minimal.
So we're going to need to press forward as much as we can with our mechs. We're going to have to take a lot of pot shots here. The Epimetheus is going to position up over here.
that.
We sprinted forward, and we're going to fire at this Quick Draw. It could stray shot any of these. No, it couldn't. We're only firing our MRM. Okay.
Affirmative.
Well, a little bit of damage in there anyway. We did get a couple of stray shots. Trebuchet moves up and fires on that Avatar. That was actually a decent number of hits there. We'll take that for sure. The Bandersnatch is going to move up, and I don't expect much out of this. All we can hit here is this Avatar. Indirect LOS anyway. And yeah, we're just not going to fire with that. We'll just close in this round. The Black Knight is going to sprint over here.
Roger that.
And once again, I'd like to fire at this Quick Draw. Actually, we could fire at the Avatar. It's not obstructed LOS.
Locked on target.
We did miss. It's not shocking. We're a ways out, and it's very dark.
Wing and a miss.
No doubt about that. So next up is going to be our Rifleman, which we can position here. And the Rifleman can fire at this Quick Draw. Moderate hit odds here, actual.
Target confirmed.
And we did manage to hit 1 ERPPC. Not bad. So next up is going to be this Avatar, firing at our Rifleman. That's a fair number of missiles, but most of them missed. So that's all good. Next up is going to be our Marauder. Now the Marauder wants to move... I don't like this position because of our Black Knight. This position isn't terrible. We can put our Marauder here and fire on this Quick Draw, and we may stray shot. We did not, but it was worth a try.
No joy.
Okay, next up is our Grasshopper, which the Grasshopper wants to take point out over this way.
Roger that.
And we can fire on this Avatar or on that Quick Draw. The Avatar is the option here.
Firing.
Probably shouldn't have taken 13.8% on an AC-20, but here we are. Okay, so next up is, of course, our Centaur. And the Centaur wants to get into rear arc of these guys and start really messing with them. We don't quite get there yet. So for the moment, a dropship inbound to this location. I think that was the one that dropped them, actually. But for the moment, I'm just going to position it out over here. We can't quite get to where we want to go, and I'm not going to fire the SRM-2s yet. I'm going to conserve ammo here, and we're just going to fire the micro lasers into this side arc, softening up that avatar just a little bit. So we have 9 evasive, and we are down over here. We should be relatively protected. Phase 22 will be this chameleon. And let's see what they end up doing. We're going to continue to close in. They're going for the hammer. Okay, I like that. So phase 21 will be our allied units. This is only the hammer and the trebuchet here, so there's only like a half lance there, and they're really light. But they're firing on this chameleon and getting some damage dealt anyway. I don't think that was great, but I mean, it's a hammer. What are you going to do? So at this point, the quick draw is going to move. What you going to do, quick draw? Okay, I like that position for us. Also going for the hammer. Sure, we're fine with this. Next up, the trebuchet moves. I'd like to see it go for the quick draw here. It went for the chameleon, which is fine. Either way, a fair amount of hits there. Cool. So next up is going to be that avatar. It backs off a little bit, probably firing... Oh, on the hammer. Sure, we like this. The hammer's kind of useless, so sure, focus on that.
What's up, Bob?
Our crossbow at this point needs to step forward as much as it can, and we're going to fire on this avatar as our best hit odds. Softening that up just a wee bit. And finally, this avatar is going to move. Now that, of course, has a lot of LRMs on it, but it steps forward there and then fires on our rifleman again. That was a good number of hits for them, to be honest. But the rifleman gets to move right now. So the rifleman is going to step forward or maybe into cover here. Yes, into cover. We could stray shot the rear arc on our Marauder. We'll see what happens here. Mediocre hit odds.
Acknowledge.
Let's see what we've got. That was actually pretty good. We'll take that. So decent hits on this avatar. Next up is our Marauder, and I'm just going to head up over here. Continuing to fire on this avatar, hit odds are, once again, mediocre. But we did hit one of those UACs, so we'll take that. Absolutely.
Standing by.
Next up, we have our Grasshopper and our Bandersnatch. I would like the Bandersnatch to step forward to here. This avatar is still slightly out of range. This avatar, I'm expecting to be able to take down with a rear arc attack. So I'm going to continue to hit this guy. We're softening him up, and let's see how that goes. Reasonable softening there. Not fantastic, but it'll do. The Grasshopper is going to advance up over here. We've got this avatar and this one. I really want to be focusing on this guy.
Knowledge.
Unfortunately, we didn't manage to hit that AC-20. It was only a 23% chance, so that's not shocking.
Waiting for order.
The Black Knight is absolutely going to head forward as well, about here.
On my way. Double time.
Once again, aiming for this avatar. Because this one probably is not long for the world.
This isn't going on my permanent record, is it?
Yes, it is. Absolutely it is. The Epimetheus is going to move up over here, continuing to fire on this avatar.
Roger that.
I don't necessarily expect that we destroy the avatar here at this point. We needed better rolls for that. But that's okay. So phase 25 is going to be the hammer. What's that going to do? Well, he's going to fire at one of these guys. The quick draw? Indirect. Okay, well, he did 12 damage. It's not a lot. What else do we got here? Well, that's going to be the chameleon. The chameleon has taken a fair amount of CT damage. I expect it to move forward over here, firing on our Epimetheus. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no issue there at all. Skylining itself, too.
Holding.
Cool. So that's absolutely fine. Our Centaur is going to come in behind this avatar. This is only 6 evasive, so we might take some hits here. We'll see how that ends up going. But we want to alpha strike this with a melee attack. Unfortunately, our melee is only 54%. That's sad. But we'll see how this goes. Successful melee. And that is one-shot
Battle
avatar.
Magus down.
I like it. So next up, our danger point is that they focus on our Centaur, right? But I think our Centaur can take that for a round or two. It should be okay. So next up is going to be this quick draw. It moves up over this way and fires on our Grasshopper. Okay. We definitely prefer that over potentially other options that they could have taken, like the Centaur. So that's absolutely great. Our Rifleman at this point really wants to move up over this direction and continue to fire on this avatar, which hasn't moved yet. Let's see how this goes. Nice. A couple of very solid hits there, and this avatar has structure exposure in the CT.
I hear ya.
So next up is our Bandersnatch, which is going to continue to advance as much as
You
it can.
betcha.
And we're now kind of in range of this avatar. These hit odds aren't great because of no visuals, but
me
let's
what to
crit
do.
fish. What do we get?
Can
Okay.
I shoot you?
That
I'll
was some
take it.
solid
Like
crits
it.
there. He does get to move right now, which is sad. But we did get some crits there. Let's see what he does. He runs away. Fair enough. That is absolutely fair enough. He kind of didn't have a choice. So our Marauder can position out over here.
On the move.
I'd like to go for probably the Chameleon, but hit odds are better on the quick draw, and let's light him up. We actually hit everything there and got a structure exposure and tagged this quick draw. That structure exposure is in the leg, but the Trebuchet is now hitting in that same flank. LRM ammo explosion and a torso destruction, but it did vent it out, and that's fine. So this quick draw is in serious danger right now. I want to take our Grasshopper up over here, and we're going to continue to fire on this quick draw.
Confirmed.
That was an enormous hit right there. Okay. So the quick draw is knocked down, and that actually just destroys the engine. Beautiful.
Ready for order.
Our crossbow can step up over here,
On the move.
and that is going to be an attack on the Chameleon. 100%. We'll see if we manage to get through that CT armor. We did not. It spread out quite a lot there. Yeah, we didn't even hit the
Will be
CT
done.
once, which is sad, but it's not the end of the world. The Black Knight is
Onward.
going to position here and continue to hit that Chameleon. That was a solid shot, but once again, no hits in the CT.
Standing by.
Next up is the Epimetheus.
Locked on target.
Little bit of internal damage there. But our clustering hasn't been great, that's for sure. So the Chameleon is, of course, going to be able to move soon. We can get a rear arc attack on this avatar, but we cannot melee it. So I'm going to position us in this cover,
Accelerating to maximum speed.
and we're going to hit this guy rear arc and see what we get done here. Without the melee attack, it's probably not going to kill, but actually it did. Okay, that was remarkable.
I'm out of
We
ammo
hadn't done
across
any
multiple
rear arc
weapons.
damage to it, had we? I don't think we did. So the Chameleon is taking a fair amount of damage right now. It will move fairly soon.
Commander?
But our crossbow can position up over here and lob some LRMs at it. This isn't a huge amount of
Lighting them up.
hit odds, so we don't expect too much out of that. And it's just armor damage. Sadly. But the Trebuchet can hit now. It's got a better angle for this, for sure. That's decent, but the Chameleon is going to get to move very soon. Yeah, it lost its evasive, but it gets to move instantly, which is sad. No doubt about that. Well, it makes its way up over here and continues to try to hit the hammer. Sure. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to send our Bandersnatch up over this direction.
I read you, Commander.
And we're just going to
Moving out.
lob additional missiles at this
Here we
Chameleon.
go.
This is now its strong side, and we'll see what we get done there. Jump jet destruction, that's okay.
Want some more? Huh?
And next, I'm going to take our Marauder, I think, and put our Marauder inside of the capture zone. I'm just seeing if we have anywhere we can go and shoot at this guy at the same time. The answer is no because of turning. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just capture that. That's
Standing by.
absolutely okay. The Rifleman is going to move up and sink its heat. Its heat has
Ready
built
for
up.
orders.
And at this point, the Grasshopper is going to need to close in as much as it can. This is an obstructed LOS, but let's see what we get done.
Locking in all weapons.
Not a lot, just a single SRM hitting there. Okay. That's fine. Our Epimetheus can position about here. This is an unobstructed LOS. This will overheat us, but we'll take it.
Engage.
And we actually just one-shot it. Beautiful. Okay, so now all we need to do is occupy the research station. This is our evac point. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so at this point, this is our Black Knight. This kind of doesn't need to go anywhere.
Knowledge.
Mission's over. We just need to end the round. There we go.
Successful.
Fantastic. So that's fine. That went reasonably well. All things considered, we took very little damage. We're going to have to turn down that gamma brightness. It's going to look really weird in the menus. And I don't think I can do it until we get back to the main screen at this point. Yeah, this is going to look strange. There's no doubt about it. Although this looks normal, to be honest. No, this is all normal. Okay, so this isn't affected by the gamma, I guess. Fascinating. Well, that's good to know. That is definitely good to know. What are we interested in taking here? Well, we absolutely can't take one of these. We could take simply like a sniper ammo shape charge. We don't have any sniper ammo right now. Let's do it. That'll be great. A heavy jump jet, basic sensors, and we did get a couple of avatar parts. Sure, we'll call that good. So I am going to have to remember to turn the gamma back down before we deploy into the next mission. That's absolutely fine. We'll see how much this is going to take to repair. I don't expect this to be very extensive. Honestly, just a couple tens of thousands, like maybe 20 to 30,000. Very, very little. So that should be good. In theory, no problem whatsoever there. But yeah, that should bring us up almost to 10 million. The question is, can we deploy again before the financial report, which is in 5 days or 6 days? Something like that. We might be able to. Okay, this is definitely blown out a little bit. Yeah, go ahead and get started on that, Yang. Okay, yeah, this is blown out. No doubt about that. Let's get that gamma readjusted back to where it should be, which should be about here. Much better. No doubt about that. So, taking a look at this, 5 days for the rifleman to get fixed? Yeah, we can actually deploy one more time before the financial report. That is phenomenal. It's Darius's job to do the discipline. GV is now rebellious. Okay, whatever. That is absolutely fine. Darius is bad at his job, but it is his job. So we're going to complete our repairs here, and it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get one more deploy before our financial report. And that will definitely get our nest egg to a decent point. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.